to Cornerstone Worship Center's Walking with the Lord. And I am Pastor Don Wolf, and with me are two other pastors. Here in the yellow is my wife, Ernestine Wolf, and on the far side is Jennifer Earl, and they're both our pastors in this church. Today we're going to look at some of the things that we have scheduled, but I want to start with great news. We just about 20 minutes ago got a message from Uganda, and for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, Felix's wife, Esther, has been in the hospital, and they was afraid it was cancer. And we just got the report she is cancer-free.
Yes. Amen.
However, she's still having some problems with her kidneys and her liver. And so she's going to be on a very special diet and some medicines. But praise the Lord.
Amen. Yes.
That's cancer. He said, and I thought it was a little bit unusual, he says, now she's going to eat watermelon. I can go along with that, and fresh fish, and I can go along with that. So, but that's a big change in their diets.
Yeah.
And so we just rejoice in that. We're going to today look at some of the events that we have coming up, and between now and the end of June. And the reason we're going to do that is because it gets other people ready for what's coming up. And but first I want to, tonight, I will be going over to Saginaw for a prayer summit with Bishop Murphy. He's not only a great friend of this church, he's a great friend and member of Anchor Bay. And he's going to have it every Thursday this month.
Yes.
And it's going to start at 6 and go to 8 o'clock. And so this is the first meeting, and unfortunately, we'd probably have more than that going, but Thursday is also our praise team practice night, and that takes up 11, 12 people. So anyway, just want to announce that, and perhaps if you need more information on it, give us a call. And we'll
If
be
you're near and feel like praying, stop in.
Yeah, stop it. I understand it's going to be praise. He's got a praise team coming in.
Oh, good.
He didn't say who, and then it's going to be prayer. And whenever Murphy's gang starts praying, things begin to happen.
Yes.
And so I'm expecting a great evening. First of all, we have, and I forget Kelly's last name. Do you remember it?
If you wouldn't have asked me.
Anyway, we had a pastor couple here for a number of years, Ton and Molly Garcia, and they both are in heaven now, unfortunately, but they were great people of God. And boy, how many children did he have? I don't remember. I think the last count was 487.
I get it mixed up with the cousins.
Yeah, right. There's so many of them. But anyway, one of their children, I believe she's the oldest one.
Elders. Kelly Elders.
Elders, thank you.
There we go.
She looked at me when she said that.
Elders.
She will be here, and we'll be recording her for next week.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, I'm sorry. And I'm anxious to do that. She lives in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I'd like to say she flew up here just to be on our program, but that would be stretching it a little bit. She's got some business in Lansing, and she said, well, she's here, she would come drop up. Plus, she is a new author.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say. She's the author of the book that we were talking about a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and we have ordered 10 copies of it, and so maybe she'll bring them up with her.
No, they are on their way already.
They are on their way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. she could save the nickel that way.
That's
But
true.
anyway, so that's the next thing's coming, and I'm excited about that. I know her, I've spoken to her, but I really don't know her. And so I think that's going to be exciting. And then we got another, on Friday, the 22nd of this month, we will be going to Marquette,
No, Muskegon.
Muskegon. Now let's get those two confused. Yeah, Marquette's up north.
Yes, we're
And-
not going to Marquette in a day.
Yeah,
And
no. So we're going over there to a called Project Hope. And be honest with it, I know almost nothing about them other than speaking to the secretary. We were brought together by a great friend of ours, Ardell Barnes. And again, a person we've ministered with, and we've had him to minister here many times. So I'm looking forward to that. And we will be heading over there probably. I think we got I don't know if we got a time. I told her I'd call her the first of the week before we go and get the time and all. And so we're looking forward to that. And I assume it'll be us three who will be going over for that. And if anyone else is interested in coming, hey, we can always drag a van out.
That's true.
Sure,
That's true.
and do it that way. And there will be recording too. But now I'm going to shift April.
Do you want to talk about Easter or no?
Oh, yes.
And the time change this week?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
time change this week. Don't forget Saturday, before you go to bed, flip your phone up.
Well, the
Spring-
phone should automatically do it, but it's your house, your alarm clock,
Yeah, right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah. Spring forward.
Yes.
Good Friday, here in Vestaburg for the last, 10 years at least. We have gotten together, the churches have gotten together and had a Good Friday service. Well, this year, apparently a lot of the churches felt that they needed to have just with their people, and that's fine. So we will be having a Good Friday service. I believe most of theirs will be at night. Ours will be at 1:30 on Friday the 29th. And so anybody is welcome. So if you want to go and you can't make an evening, come see us, and we'll be glad to see you. And we will be lifting up the Lord for that. Now, Easter. On Easter, we do things almost totally different. First of all, we serve breakfast, and that'll be starting at 8:30.
Yes.
At 8:30. She's in charge of the activities. So
You're doing a good job.
I'm doing. Oh. At 8:30, we'll be serving breakfast, and then I believe about 9:15, we shut that down, and then at 9:30, not 10:30, we have our service, and at the end of that service, well, then we do not have evening service on Sunday, on Easter. Most people celebrate by being with family, either grandma, grandpa's house or someone's house. And so we encourage people to do that. So no service on Sunday. Anything else you want to say about Easter, either one of you?
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, now on Sunday, April, I'm sorry. I got to go to you on this one. Rex.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, how did we get connected with Rex?
We got connected with Rex through
Tim?
Tim, yes. And I think that's how we did it, is Tim introduced us to Rex. I don't remember exactly how it all
I don't either.
happened, but I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
However it happened, I'm glad that we got connected with Rex. Rex is amazing. He's on fire for God, and is doing great things with the youth here in Vestaburg.
Yeah, 25 years old.
Yes.
And he's got spiritual maturity that far exceeds most people I know.
Absolutely.
And we invited him to come in for the sit in one of these sessions, and he holds the record for watching.
Yes.
The last time I looked, we had 1,200 hits plus
Yeah.
with that interview, and believe me, that is outstanding, because we do have several of them that's 800 or 900.
Yeah.
But to hit over 1,000 is just fantastic.
And he hit over 1,000 very quickly.
Yes,
Very
yes.
quickly.
Yeah, now it's slowed down.
Yeah.
But this man is just out of this world. And so last time we had him here, I talked to him because he's done 2 of these sit-ins. And I asked him, I said, Rex, how would you like to come and say something at our church? Well, the way I worded it, he interpreted that he wanted me to come and want him to come and tell him what's he doing in the meetings. I said, no, Rex, when he was here last time. I said, you got the pulpit.
Yeah.
It's yours. I said, we want some of what you got to come and just spread through this place. So he's just excited about that. And I'm excited about having him here.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Me too.
I think all of you will be well served by seeing what he has. And April, really that's about, as of right now, that's about all we got. I mean, we got some things like I got meetings and stuff like that, but you're not interested in that. So May we get so busy. May and June, it's just
Right.
out of this world. First of all, on the 19th, I guess I should back up to the 12th, being Mother's Day. And Mother's Day, we do something a little bit different there. We have service in the morning and no service at night.
Yes.
And let me ask you two ladies this. I think the last 2 Sunday years, might be 3, I have had the pastors, the women pastors, share the pulpit, rotate. And I haven't decided what to do. Do you think that's worked out well?
It seemed to, didn't it?
I think it did, and I think I was kind of amazed last year because the way God worked through it last year was we don't have a topic. We don't get together and say, okay, we're going to talk about this part of motherhood or we're going to talk about this. And last year, from the one that started to the one that ended, everything just kind of clicked, and everything that we talked about just connected one right to the other. And I thought that was very special. The fact that we did everything on our own, didn't talk to each other, and yet it still clicked.
Well, I have, as far as I can remember, I have never told anybody, this is what you gotta preach.
Right.
I might say, could you lean this way or that way? But because if I tell them, then it's of no value. But if God tells them, then it opens another door.
Yep, and then God does what he did last year.
Right.
It links everything. So
Well, you solved the problem that I've been trying to set. Every quarter, I send out a preaching schedule. That's who's to do what, when, and where. And I haven't given them the second quarter of the year yet, because that's one of the struggles I've been having. So this was a good opportunity to bring it up, and so we will do that. And then in June, we have done the same thing with the men's. The men's, I have a little more problem there.
because you're limited.
Some don't know how to shut up and sit down, to be honest about it. But that's a problem that we can
Overcome.
Yeah, you're right. Then the following Sunday, and I love this. Teen Challenge.
Oh, yes, yes,
I'm sorry, now it's Adult/Teen Challenge.
yes.
Yeah, I really enjoy their testimonies and their
Ministry.
ministry. It's just fantastic. And we're honored that every year they do have them. Honey, is there anything in the past of the Teen Challenge that really,
The whole thing.
the whole thing, yeah?
Yes, I enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed the testimonies. I enjoy the message they bring out. I enjoy going to their banquet.
Oh, yes.
And, seeing all the graduates, and I enjoy seeing how God works in their life and how they overcome. And some of them really had some things to overcome.
Yes.
They have such a testimony. And they're on fire then.
All right. What I enjoy. See, the things they've gone through, I've never gone through.
Yeah.
Right.
And just the little things that I had to give up because of serving God seemed so small
Yeah.
with the challenges they had, and yet I look at the challenge I had to get rid of those.
Yes.
And so it really, you look at them and you just admire them for being in a place where they are. Yeah. How about you, Jennifer?
I mean, there's not anything about Teen Challenge that I don't like.
Yeah.
But I think when we go to the banquets, what I think is so wonderful is, let me back up. When they come to our churches, you see those that are currently in the program for the most part, and you hear their testimonies and where they started, where they are now, where they hope to be. And many of them will share what their life verse is with us. But in the banquet, what I find so special is you see those that have not only just recently graduated, but those that have graduated the program years ago
Yep.
and where they are now.
Oh, yeah.
And what God has done in their lives. That's what I find amazing, because you know where they started, and now
Yeah.
and I think that to me, I really enjoy. I do want to share though. It was Angie's 5. Yes, she'll be 6, and she was just a baby, and Teen Challenge was here, and there was a girl by the name of Mary. I remember her to this day. And I had Angie and Michelle and I were together, and Mary came up and was playing with her. And before we went home that day, Mary had given Angie a bracelet. Mind you, Angie is probably 6 months old, if that. And we kind of, are you sure? Do you really? And she did. Well, then the next year, she had graduated, but she stayed on with Teen Challenge and worked with them for a little bit. So we got to see her again the next year at the banquet, and that was kind of special. And I don't know where she ended up or where she's at today, but that was just kind of that connection that was really special.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one thing that, I love all of them,
Yes.
but there's a certain relationship you have
Yeah.
that's kind of special. And boy, there's one gal, and I can't, every time I see her, it's hug time. There's just something we just so special, and I can't point to anything. It's just a special connection you've made over the past. And nearly every year she comes with the team, because she works with them now. She graduated and stayed there.
When we went and visited there,
That was special.
yes, that was really special. Thing that happened to me was the man at the desk, because we introduced ourselves, and I told him I was Ernestine. He says, "That's my mother's name." That always stuck with me, because he says, "That's an old name." I said, "Yeah, you don't hear it very often."
Right.
Anyway, that's pretty much what we got in May. So it's just a good time, especially when we get out of winter. Thank you, Lord.
Yes.
Yes. Then June. Now that is a busy month, especially as we get towards the end. Father's Day is on Sunday the 16th, and pretty much we will be following what the women
Right.
do. But when service is over, it's not rest time.
No.
It's time to quickly eat a sandwich. And there will be a gang of us going to Leavenworth, Kansas for the Anchor Bay Evangelistic Association Convention in Leavenworth, Kansas.
Yes.
And it's something we look forward to.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's not only a time of getting together with old friends, but it's a time to celebrate the Lord. And it's also a time when we get to renew relationships.
Yes.
And they're going to do this year what they did last year with after the 2 evening services.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and most of you may know that I really enjoy food.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But they have a special hall that they
Yes.
went to.
Yes.
It's an old railroad station that they converted to
Like a
an
banquet hall.
activity
Yeah.
area, yeah. And the last year, the fellow who did the
Catering.
the catering, young guy, I would put him about 20, 21 years old. I'm sure he might be older, but he did a job that I thought was fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's going to be the caterer. Now, so we understand it. He will be the caterer again.
They had all the food that Don likes.
Yes. I'm sure I'll put my order in again. But,
Well, one more thing about going there, we went to the ranch,
yes,
and the ranch is really growing.
yeah,
It's-
there's so many new things this
Yeah,
year.
yeah, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, the ranch is, well, it's a farm, and they decided to start it, and they take I don't want to use depressed, but
Inner city.
the inner city kids,
Don't ever get out.
yeah, and bring them to the ranch so they beat the horses, the goats, the chickens.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they got, but it's just a chance for them to see there's something else other than concrete and
Yeah.
a lot of noise. And so that's
Perks
the,
them up.
yeah, that's the reason for it. But what we normally do, the last meeting is on Tuesday, Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
And so we go out Thursday morning and visit that. Then we start home.
Yes.
And it is 850 miles, well, about 800 miles. So it takes a while to get back. But
Yeah.
anyway, we will be going to that, and we have to be there because usually I have a board meeting to go to there on Tuesday afternoon. And so by us leaving Sunday after service, and then we spend the night at about midpoint,
Yeah.
just as you're entering Iowa. And we'll spend the night there and then go on in. That gets us there about 1, 2 o'clock. And if I remember last year, our meeting started about 3. So it's a case of dropping my suitcase and heading down for the meeting. But last year we started something else, and we're going to do it again. We're taking this with us. And right now, the way I understand it, and they can change, on Wednesday will be when we can have that room.
Okay.
So we'll have to probably have somebody bring us sandwiches or something for lunch. And because I hope to get 5 or 6 recordings for this program. And it worked out well last year.
Yes.
We got a lot of, especially we got a lot of missionaries. And that was good. And so we will be doing that again. And that takes care of June. And what a pleasure it is to be able to serve God, especially in this type of
Right.
atmosphere. You got anything you want to say about anything? We got just 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, we're reaching out, like we're trying to have a time when we can go
Oh, yes.
visit other people that have been shut in.
Yeah, matter of fact, we designated the third Friday, is it?
Yes.
Third Friday of every month to take a team. And we've done this before, and what way we like to do it is to get 6, 7, 8 people, get a guitar or 2 to go also, and sing a few songs and pray for the people. Not to preach to them, but to minister to them with love. And I think this Friday, the women, is it this Friday?
It is, and this month is all wonky, so it's not the third Friday.
Right. Because that's because next Friday we'll be going.
Yeah, we designated the first Friday subject to change.
Yeah, right. Like everything else.
Yes.
The women will be going. Now, I know you're not going.
I will not be
because
going.
you got another obligation. What do you know about going? I know you intend to go. The women's are going out on this one.
There's about 5, maybe 6 gonna go. And the thing is just to pray with her and encourage her, and probably not stay real long because she hasn't been feeling real well. So
Yeah, she hasn't been in church for, months.
yeah,
And it's not because she doesn't want to be. She is going through some back problems, and I guess she's in severe pain.
yeah.
And she's had one operation, and that I think worked for about 2 hours or something.
Well, the other operations are going to be in another place on her back.
Yeah. So she's got some more scheduled. So she is really, I guess I can feel for her from this respect. If I stand too long, my lower back hurts, but I'm sure it's nothing like what she's going through.
Absolutely.
And how about you? You got something you want to add?
I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. I can't believe that you missed a date in April. You announce to the world every year, starting April 1st, that your birthday is on the 15th.
14th.
14th,
yeah.
She
I missed it
can't
by a day.
remember the right day.
So, yes, and I can't believe you missed that.
Oh, I saw it, but I'd just soon not discuss it.
Well, why not? You do open every Sunday and
Yeah.
prior to that. And you announce this poor lady's birthday every year.
That's because
Never mind.
let's just say there's a period of time, very short, like 2 months and 12 days, where, I don't keep track of this, that she
down to the
catches,
second.
that she passes me in age
That means I'm the boss.
There you go.
for 2 months.
Sometimes it's hard to break away from that though after you.
Yeah, just in case you don't realize for what we just said, we were both born in the same year. And the month of February, when it's still cold and miserable, she was born.
When the groundhog comes out.
Yeah, it's Groundhog Day. And me, I was born when the weather is so much nicer. And planned better. Anyway, we hope you got something out of this, and it wasn't a spiritual thing, but in part it was. So, but we ask that you come back and see us again next week when we will once again bring you Walking with the Lord. Until then, see you later.